Welcome to This Explainer, where we're going to explore how something as simple as an evening bath can totally transform your baby's sleep and honestly, maybe even save your entire family's sanity. You know, a lot of new parents understandably think bathing is really just about keeping the baby clean. But what if bath time could do so much more than that? A properly structured evening bath can actually become one of the absolute most powerful routines in your baby's first year. It's a vital tool for helping your little one relax, prepping them for sleep, and giving you, the exhausted parents, a chance to finally get some much-needed rest. So let's just dive right in and challenge this exhausting, kind of outdated assumption that bath time is just this stressful, hygiene chore you have to get through. When a new baby arrives, you get hit with endless advice, right? We're told to use these tiny baby tubs, boil the water beforehand, add all sorts of special herbs, desperately protect their little ears, and stress out about getting water everywhere. And so many families just repeat these traditions because, well, that's exactly what previous generations did. But we really need to pause and ask ourselves, are we bathing a baby only to make them clean? Or can bath time actually be something much more useful? Because the true goal isn't just hygiene. It's about creating a calm, predictable routine for everybody in the house. So here is our roadmap for today. We're shifting from complicated traditions to a structured, science-backed approach. We'll be hitting 1. Mistakes we often make, 2. The power of routine, 3. Rethinking bathtub size, 4. The perfect temperature, 5. Debunking bath time myths, and we'll wrap it all up with 6. Happy baby, rested family. Okay, starting with section 1, mistakes we often make. The paradigm shift we're talking about here is actually incredibly simple. A baby doesn't suddenly become healthier through complex, high-stress rituals. Basic cleanliness is pretty easy to achieve. A newborn doesn't benefit just because parents spent hours boiling water and setting up intricate herbal prep stations. Honestly, the biggest misunderstanding is thinking that the bath itself is the main event. It's not. The real value is what happens afterward. The new goal is helping the child relax, preparing for sleep, and giving you some rest. Because a comfortable baby who has moved around, relaxed, and burned off some energy is going to eat better and sleep much more peacefully. And let's be real, the golden rule of parenting is that when the baby sleeps better, the whole family sleeps better. Moving on to section 2, the power of routine. The real secret sauce here lies in the specific, predictable cycle. By creating this sequence, the bath essentially acts as a giant stop sign for the day, giving kids a deeply comforting feeling of security. A lot of parents notice something super interesting. After a good bath, babies tend to eat really well and crash out much faster. Why? Because the bath becomes the anchor of a predictable routine. The baby's brain physically learns this progression. Step 1, bath. Step 2, feeding. Step 3, a quiet environment. And step 4, sleep. You're literally replacing chaos with security. Which brings us to section 3, rethinking bathtub size. Now, almost everybody immediately goes out and buys a tiny, restrictive baby bathtub, but there is definitely another approach. Using a larger bathtub allows a baby to actually move their arms and legs freely. This turns bath time into a natural exercise session that leads to a really peaceful kind of tiredness. Movement in water requires energy. Letting your baby splash and kick around in a larger space means they have an opportunity to exercise naturally, relax, and just become pleasantly exhausted by working their muscles. For a lot of families, this active evening bath becomes the ultimate physical signal to the baby's body that, hey, the day is ending, it is time to slow down. Next up, section 4, the perfect temperature. Okay, here is a really fascinating data point for you. One of the absolute most common mistakes parents make is drawing water that is way too warm. Slightly cooler water, specifically right around 33 to 34 degrees Celsius, which is 91 to 93 degrees Fahrenheit, actually prevents overheating and actively encourages that beneficial movement we were just talking about. As adults, we tend to think, well, if a hot bath feels relaxing to me, it must be great for the baby. But babies don't always need super warm water. A slightly cooler bath allows them to be active and burn that energy without getting dangerously flushed or overheated. So because we adults mistakenly assume our own preferred heat is right for a baby, the best advice is simply don't guess. Always rely on a good thermometer and current pediatric recommendations to make sure they are actually comfortable. The golden rule, the baby should be comfortable, not sitting in hot water. Using a reliable thermometer takes all the guesswork out of it, ensuring you hit that perfect 33 to 34 degree sweet spot every single time. All right, section 5, debunking bath time myths. Simplifying this whole process isn't just healthier for the baby, it is a massive stress reliever for you.
So let's rapid fire through some common worries. Worried about water getting in their little ears? Normal water exposure during a bath is perfectly safe for a healthy baby. Just dry the outside, no complicated ear protection required. What about adding special herbs? Plain, clean water is almost always enough. Traditional herbal add-ins might make us feel like we're doing something extra, but they aren't magic. What healthy skin really needs is a comfortable temperature, good air quality, and gentle products only when strictly necessary. Also, despite what you might hear, daily bathing is completely normal if your baby's skin tolerates it well. Just remember to gently pat the skin dry instead of aggressively rubbing it with a towel. Healthy skin usually doesn't need layers of heavy creams either. And finally, if your little one has a mild illness but still seems to feel okay overall, normal bathing routines can usually continue. A bath doesn't make a healthy child weaker. Honestly, the simpler the routine, the better.
Finally, Section 6, Happy Baby, Rested Family. Bringing all of this together, this profoundly simple truth reminds us that the ultimate goal is not achieving flawless hygiene. It's about creating a calm, happy home where everyone actually gets a chance to rest. A rested parent is better able to care for a child, and a relaxed baby just feels safer. The most important thing about bathing your baby isn't hitting the absolute perfect temperature to the decimal, having the fanciest bathtub, or mastering a perfect washing technique. It's creating that calm family routine. Sometimes, stripping away the stress and just having a simple evening bath is the exact thing that creates a much happier home, offering you a deep, much-deserved sigh of relief. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want you to take a second and just consider how replacing complicated traditions with a simple, science-backed routine could completely change your daily life with a newborn. By utilizing a slightly cooler, larger bath to let them move around, and following that up with a predictable cycle of feeding and quiet time, you are literally setting the stage for a deeply restful night. Knowing all this, how will you apply these insights to reclaim your evenings tonight? Thank you so much for exploring this topic with me. Now go enjoy a simpler, far calmer bath time.